Hello, I'm Chris, this is Gross Models, and welcome to day 6 of the Advent Calendar Escape Room. Without any further ado, we'll get straight down into the story, and we'll see exactly what's what today. So, today we have the cooking for the banquet. A spark cracked in the hearth, sharp and brief, like a whiplash. A breath seemed to cross the room, and suddenly the fire burst forth with unexpected violence, throwing a bright dancing flame like a hungry tongue towards the blackened beams. A murmur, at first restrained, rang through the benches. Then a clamour burst forth, harsh and strong, carried by the deep voices of the men. The fire had returned, the gods were satisfied. Around the hearth, the figures came to life. Hands clasped on shoulders, shouts echoed, laughter burst forth. Someone began a sort of guttural chant, which was taken up in chorus. The meal horns circulated, full to the brim. Leon, who no one seemed to consider a stranger anymore, saw his goblet filled with and immediately emptied by overly enthusiastic lips. The bitter sweetness of the drink warmed his stomach and confused his thoughts. The fire, the voices, the bearded faces with shining eyes swirled around him, as if in an old, too well-preserved dream. The boar was now roasting over the flames, spitting out hot juices, its thick flesh slowly browning in the heat. Hunger was making itself felt, overwhelming, almost painful, but drunkenness was taking over everyone. Gestures became blurred, clumsy. Some poured more mead onto the ground than down their throats, and others were already singing the same 2 lines of an old hymn over and over again. The chief, massive with red cheeks, his eyes half closed in drunken rapture, stood up, swaying, raised his horn above his head, and declared in a solemn voice, staring at Leon, "This man is not like the others. He speaks to the gods. Thor himself sent him to us. I swear it on my beard." The men approved with a tumult of cheers. He saw the wolves and didn't run away. He put the gods back without trembling and rekindled the fire. Leon, surprised and uncomfortable, raised a hand as if to deny it. But the chief, taking him by the shoulders, was already pulling him towards the hearth where the wild boar was finishing cooking. "You know how to replace the idols. You know didn't tremble on the ice in the... You who knew how to replace the idols. You who did not tremble in the high ice or in the forest. Come now to help me prepare the feast. The mead has flowed. The men are drunk. Only you can still honour the traditions." A murmur of approval circulated. Leon, half staggering, thought he felt on him the looks full of naive faith, of a confidence he has never received, nor asked for. In this world of soot and wind, of rough wood and living myths, he was asked not to love, to speak, to explain himself, but only to act, to lend a hand like someone simple and useful, so he nodded. He approached the large table where pots, dried herbs, dirty roots, and dark vegetables were spread out. He knew nothing about this kitchen, nothing about the gestures, nothing about the rituals. Yet he began to do it without thinking, perhaps guided by the same dark force that had brought him here. "Looks like we'll have to get our hands dirty to feed this whole troop. Here are the chef's instructions for the Yule banquet. First of all, we need flour. For this special meal, we'll use the finest we have. Luckily, it's also the one we have in the largest quantity. I'd say use twice as many spoonfuls as there are full moons in a year. The fishing has been good recently, so let's add more fish. Be careful, we don't invite just anyone, so we'll only take the freshest, 1 per seat at our table. Finally, for vegetables, nothing could be simpler. Always as many carrots as leeks. Twice as many mushrooms as the son of the 2 previous ones combined. For the turnips, let's say there are bunches of herbs in the kitchen, half as many cabbages as there are carrots. Otherwise, the flavour takes over. By the way, for the cabbages, we'll take the ones that are left. I've already put them next to the cauldron. It's up to you to select the right ingredients and their quantities right." So, they said about seats at the table, so we can go back to this one and see that there are 11 seats at the table. There's 5 on each side and 1 there. So we know that's 11 to begin with. The rest of it, we've got things. I guess the runes are going to be what they are. Once we decipher what we've got cabbages down there. So it's going to be maths and figuring things out. Right. Let me open up the website page and see exactly what it is that we need to do. So, day the 6th. Still can't do day 4, but 6. This is what we're looking for, preparing the Yule banquet. So, what we need to arrange is different fish, vegetables, flowers. Everything is marked up with the runes on the flowers. That's easy. Vegetables are obviously what the vegetables are, and the fish are the different fishes. So we need to figure out how much of each one we need for each thing. That shouldn't be too difficult. Right, I think the first place to start will be with the vegetables, with the cabbages, because it did say something about exactly how many cabbages we needed. So let's have a look and see what we got there. So far, so good. So the half as many cabbages as there are carrots. So we need 6 carrots. Okay, it's updating down the bottom here as to what we've got so far. What else is it going to tell us? The finest we have, also the one we've got in the largest quantity. So is that going to tell me which one's which? The flower is the Bluetooth, the up arrow, and the wire thing. So these are all the flowers in the sacks. Okay. So of the, I can't see what that one is at the top there. Sort of a round shape, which isn't really any of them. Interesting. Difficult. Right, so let's see. We've got in the wires, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 of those. I don't think that can be that top one. So the wires, we've got 12. But is that, it's not part of the recipe though, is it? Right, of the Bluetooth ones we've got, I don't know if I can count that one. It's got to be a B, isn't it? Because it's not any of the other shapes. We'll say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of those. And finally, the up arrows, we've got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of those. So does that add up? Have I got enough bags? We've got 29 bags. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Well, that adds up to the right number of things. But I don't know if that's how many I would actually need for that, though. I don't think that's right. Use the finest we have, what we have in the largest quantity. So the one we've got in largest quantity is that one. So for the recipe, we don't need any of those. Spoonfuls of flour. Are there 13 full moons in a year? I think. So we'll have 26 of that. Sounds about right. Only the freshest, 1 per seat at our table. So how do we know which is the freshest fish? Fish are big, little, and which ones look the nicest then? I can only see, there's the big ones. They look stinky. So it's going to be these ones at the back there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them by the looks of it. But that's just saying that particular one is the fish. So we need 10 of those. 11 of those, because there's 11 seats at the table, wasn't there? That's what he said, wasn't it? 1 per seat at a table. Yes, right. Always as many carrots as leeks. So as many leeks as carrots. So 6 of those. The turnips, as many as there are bunches of herbs in the kitchen. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Does that count? 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It looked like 8 bunches of herbs in the kitchen. So that's the turnips. 8 turnips. Doesn't say anything about mushrooms and stuff, does he? Twice as many mushrooms as the sum of the 2 previous ones combined. Right. Carrots and leeks. So that's 24 mushrooms. Okay, that seems to be maths. I've got that figured out. We shall see if that's the correct answer. Incorrect answer, try again. I'm going to try another hint because I don't know. Use the freshest fish. Yeah, I think I've got the freshest fish. Only 1. Right, so 12 in a whole year. So let's try adjusting that and see if I've got that right. That was the flour, wasn't it? So we go that to 24. And that's still incorrect. Vegetables start with the cabbages, which is 3. 8 bunches of herbs. How many herbs did I say? Turnips. As many as there are bunches of herbs. So there should be 8 turnips. I did have 8 turnips. Is this another one that I've got right, but they're telling me wrong? Let's get the solution up. All right, flour 24, fish is 12. Hang about, I can't see that at the same time as that. Flour, the Bluetooth one, 24. Fish, 12. I've got to go back from this. No, did that wrong. Hang about. How do I close this down? There we go. Close that down. It's wiped it all out. What did I'm going to do it again. Flour, 24. Fish of those, 12. Why is there 12? 12. I only had 11. That's not great. I miscounted the chairs, obviously. 6, 6, 8, 24, 3. 6 leeks, 6 carrots. Right, 6 leeks, 6 carrots, 24 mushrooms. How many turnips? No, not start over. Right. Well, I know that's the correct answer, so I'll put them in and get that done and call that a day for day 6. I'll see you tomorrow for day 7, where hopefully I'll get it right without any puzzles and problems and being able to count. Where's the extra chair at the table? It's probably on the other end, but I can't see it. Hang about. Yes, right in the seam of the page, there is another chair that I didn't see because the book was curled over like that. Okay, I'll give him that one then. I'll give him that. And the moons, yeah, I'll give him that one as well. I thought it was more, but it might be between the 2. So anyway, that'll do for that. I shall see you tomorrow for day 7. Bye-bye for now.